A surgeon has pleaded guilty to marking his initials on the livers of 2 patients while performing transplant surgery. In a hearing at Birmingham Crown Court on Wednesday, Simon Bramhall admitted 2 counts of assault by beating relating to incidents on the 9th of February and the 21st of August, 2013. He pleaded not guilty to the more serious charges of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. The renowned liver, spleen and pancreas surgeon used the gas argon, used to stop livers bleeding during operations and to highlight an area due to be worked on, to sign his initials into the patient's organs. The marks left by argon are not thought to impair the organ's function and usually disappear by themselves. The 53-year-old was first suspended from his post as a consultant surgeon at Birmingham's Queen Elizabeth Hospital in 2013 after a colleague spotted the initials SB on an organ during follow-up surgery on one of Bramhall's patients. The following summer, while an internal disciplinary investigation into his conduct was ongoing, Bramhall tendered his resignation. Speaking to the press at the time, he said marking his initials onto his patients' livers had been a mistake. "I had a disciplinary meeting on the 15th of May. I was not dismissed," he said. "I made the decision on the 16th of May I would hand in my notice." Speaking after Bramhall's suspension, Joyce Robbins, of Patient Concern, said, "This is a patient we are talking about, not an autograph book." Sitting at the back of the court on Wednesday, Bramhall, wearing a pink shirt and dark suit, spoke to confirm his name and to confirm to the judge that he understood the proceedings. He was granted unconditional bail and will be sentenced on the 12th of January. Prosecuting, Tony Badioch told the court that it was a highly unusual and complex case, both within the expert medical testimony served by both sides and in law. "It is factually, so far as we have been able to establish, without legal precedent in criminal law. The pleas of guilty now entered represent an acceptance that that which he did was not just ethically wrong but criminally wrong. They reflect the fact that Dr. Bramhall's initialing on a patient's liver was not an isolated incident but rather a repeated act on 2 occasions, requiring some skill and concentration. It was done in the presence of colleagues." Badioch concluded, "It was an intentional application of unlawful force to a patient whilst anesthetized. His acts in marking the livers of those patients were deliberate and conscious acts. It will be for others to decide whether and to what extent his fitness to practice is impaired." Ordering new victim impact statements and a pre-sentencing report, the judge Paul Farrar QC said the case concerned the damage that was done to the surface of the liver and not the emotional damage caused to the patients. Elizabeth Reed, of the Crown Prosecution Service, said Bramhall's actions were an abuse of the trust placed in him by the patients. "It was an intentional application of unlawful force to a patient whilst anesthetized," she said. "His acts in marking the livers of those patients, in a wholly unnecessary way, were deliberate and conscious acts on his part.